Hi folks, so today I'm on a bit of a trip, a circular route that I've planned, plotted on the GPS, and then proceeded to have a ball ache with the GPS, getting it to actually jump to route, but that's just me and GPSs. I don't seem to have the knack. The sun is shining, it's a warm day. I've got the top box packed. The plan was originally to head up to the Peak District, and I was planning on doing a good ride up to there today and back, which would have been a fair few miles, but unfortunately the weather at the time of planning was not looking too favourable, so I opted for a slightly shorter route, and I'm going to do a coastal route instead. We are still in the kind of slow unlocking of the pandemic, so it's all a bit iffy, grey areas. Some people are not sticking to restrictions, some people are. There's a fair bit of confusion on what you can and can't do, but I personally think that actually, aside from the concerns obviously of accident and ending up in hospital and taxing the causing problems with numbers in the hospital, which isn't bad at the moment by all accounts, aside from that concern, this is pretty much as socially distant as you can be, really. You're on your own machine, you're not sharing it with anyone else. You've got protective gear on. You've even got a form of face mask in the form of the crash helmet. And as long as you're careful, as long as you're not going out and razzing it everywhere and causing chaos and causing any issues, then it's not really too much of a drama, I don't think, going out on the bike and having a ride. We've been told that we can go out for unlimited exercise now. We can go out for periods of time. We're allowed to travel to different parts of the country. We can see other people, which I don't have any intention to do. I'm just on the bike, on a ride, out in the country. So hopefully, what can I say? There's always going to be those that agree and those that disagree, and everyone's allowed their opinion, so Okay, so after a little detour, a road crept up on me and oh wow. This is a nice little road. So I suspect I'm going to come across a lot of this. Tractors. Oh, and cyclists. Wow, what a beautiful little road. Oh, and large dumps of sand in the middle of the road as well, which isn't particularly clever, but this is, wow, this is like idyllic. Look at that. Damn. This is called Out of the Way. So the route I frantically plotted on the GPS last night was a sort of last minute slapdash thing. So I'm heading up now towards Dereham in that direction, I think. So I think I'll preserve battery now so as to catch the coast. I think I'm going to pull in here and have a bit of a comfort stop. Right, so just finished my little rest break. I did come prepared, so I brought all of my coffee in a flask and my bottle of water, and I've got lunch with me, so you know, like a good Boy Scout and all of that. Anyway, as I'm in a nice little quiet spot, I just thought I'd quickly run through what I did get on the bike at slightly sort of closer range. So starting from the front, so when I got the bike, it was completely standard. It was 6 months old roughly. It had been ridden for the first 6 months by one of the sales guys. So it's completely standard. So obviously in this down period when we haven't been riding, haven't been allowed to ride, I've put a few things, bought a few things and put a few things on it. So the first thing I did was I got the Evotech radiator and oil cooler grills to protect those. So they went on, and they're, you know, they're sturdy looking things. They're really good, tough, and they look really stylish as well. With it being a black bike, I pretty much bought all the accessories black, just because it would have, I don't know, I just quite like it in that sleek look. The other thing I bought was the R&G extender fender for the front here. Maybe, I mean, I haven't ridden it in the wet yet, so I don't know how effective it's going to be, but with the guard, the original guard stopping there, you know, this extends it down quite a way further, so we will see whether it has very much effect. With the water that sprays off the tyre, it will probably just still spray well up to the radiator, but hopefully won't, you know, cause so much muck going up there. But like I say, we'll see. So they were the first two things. Then I got the SW Motec here, the engine bars, crash bars, both sides, fitted those. They went on quite easily, so really good. Fairly tough looking, but really well integrated. Again, being black, and they sort of meld into the blackness of the bike, so you can barely see it from a distance. They really don't stand out at all, so they're really quite nice and discreet. I got some grippers to expand the size of the grips because my hands are, I don't know, sort of average size, but the grips just seemed quite thin and narrow for me, and the first few times I rode it, I just felt like I was getting hand ache because I was you know, I had my hand gripped around quite a small grip, so I got those expanders there. They're also sponge, so they take a little bit more vibe out. The other thing I did with regards to the bar vibes was to get these Evotech bar end weights. So they are described as being good for reducing that bar vibe that you get, that's renowned for the XR, even though it is the 19, so it's got the extra rubber absorbers there on the forks. It still, you know, takes a little bit more of that out. I invested in the Nav6 sat-nav. This was an old screen cover from a previous sat-nav, but yeah, I got the Nav6 because this is the Sport SE. It came with all the setup ready to go. What else have I done on the front? Not a lot. So then I got the R&G grippers around here, which protect this rubber. This rubber soon starts looking worn and a bit scruffy, so this sort of just makes it look smart again. I got the R&G boot protectors as well to protect around the main black frame there. I've put a top box on it. Oh, what else have I done? Yeah, I think that's it. So with that, I'll head for the coast.